And welcome once again. I am the database guy. Please, as always, like and subscribe. This is all free for you, and we're in the intermediate level, still there right now with video 6 in presentation 10, and we're really going to do this coding with the edit and the inactivate kind of capabilities in our database. So here, if I open this, right, I don't want it to open because there's no records in here, right? So we're going to get this out of here before I show you that little code. So we're going to come in here, go to Design View, and we're going to go to our form or properties, and we're going to go to the onOpen, which, as you can see, is here. Now we're going to paste some code here and review it with you so you can see this. So the first line is an if-then statement, and if me record set clone record count is 0. So basically what it does is the record set clone is a piece of information that really it copies and makes a copy of the record set, and then it looks at the count. And it says if it's 0, then run the message box. There's 0 records in the, well, we're going to put there are no inactive books. And we're going to say no inactive books found here. All right. Books found. And so we're going to debug that too, just to be sure there's no errors. Again, your debug is looking for immediately syntactical errors. So we hit the activate book, and we see there are no inactive books. No inactive books found, meaning nothing's within there. That's what we want. We don't want that to pop up. Now, we could have not put a message in there at all, but that wouldn't have given the user information. So our next step here is this code here for the inactivate, right? I'm going to use the onClicked routine here, or event. Now I'm going to go back for just one moment here, and so let's see here. Open this up. Yeah. So essentially here, now we don't have, let's see, I want to go into this query here for a minute just to look at it. The active field isn't there, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it's set to yes. It indeed is. I'm sorry. So we're just going to close that down for a minute. Now, we're going to extend this a little bit here. We're going to copy this here. We're going to move this all the way over. We're going to create, another field. We went too far with that. And since this is invisible anyway, okay, we're going to right-click on this, go to Properties. We're going to change the control source here. We already have one there. That's the one we want. And we're going to name this Properties All. And we're going to go TXT and ACT for active. We're going to save that. Now what we need to really do here is a little trick here on this particular coding of this. All I have to do here is to inactivate this. First thing we need to do is give our message box, are you sure you want to inactivate this book? BB yes, no, comma, and then inactivate book, and hit enter. Now, one of the things about this, sorry about that, we got to bring it back, is that we need to have the yes and no in here. And so we need to dim a result, or we call it integer, res, as integer, because it's really the value you're going to get. And then we're going to have that, which is the second one we had. Remember that other version of this, int-res equals. Now, if I do this, I'm going to get an error message because, a syntax message, because when we do this one, we need to put this into parenthesis. There we go. Now, if int-res equals VB no, which means I've selected no, then, forgot the then portion. Always have to have the then in. Then basically exit sub, right? We don't need to just, if we don't want to do that, we exit the sub else, which means it's yes. Then we're going to do a few things here, right? We are going to say equals. In this case, it's going to be, let me go back for a minute here. Oh boy. This can't be a text box. We're going to change this to, and I can't do that either. So I am going to, I need a checkbox on this one. Can't be a text. It has to, it shouldn't be. Because we need to have a yes, no. So where's my checkbox? Or radio button. Either will work. I'm missing it. Oh, there it is. And so we're going to put that in here. We don't need a label on this. All right, so we're going to move this over. And let's straighten that out. There we go. All right, we're going to right click on this one. And we're going to make this CK act. Oh, we need to have it CK and ACT capital letters. There we go. Also on the other, we're not going to have a tab stop on this. We don't want it to stop here. And what else? We're going to need to have this not visible. So it should be, let's see. Oh, visible is no, right there at the top. So we don't want to see it. We're going to save that for a moment. Come back to our coding. So, oh boy. So, there it is. Equals true. Equals false. Sorry. And then we want to me.form.requery. Right? So, and then of course an end if. We need to have an end if in there. We can't forget our end if statement. If we do this now, we're going to get an error. Watch. Yeah. Block if without end if. Doesn't like it. And we will put our end if in there. So, we'll debug, compile. So let's go through it. So we declare our variable, we set it equal to the message box. And if it's the user selects no, it's going to exit the sub. If this user selects yes, it is going to set the the variable or the act to false. And then we should have a, let's see, do command run, do command dot run. Oh boy. Then I don't know why I jumped up there. Do command dot run command AC CMD. And we're going to get these here. Save should be save record. We're going to talk about these when we get to our advanced. I just missed it. Save record. Because what we want to do is switch it, save the record, and then requery the form. All right. So let's try it out, see how it works. So when we query the form, what's going to happen is we're going to lose something. It says, "Are you sure?" Let's see what happens. And let's see. It didn't do that. So let us. Perhaps it's what I'm setting it to here. We're going to make this one visible for a moment. All right. Up. Cancel that. Sorry. Here we go. All right. So let's see. I think it might be deactivated. So let me just check that. I don't think I can change anything in it. I think it might. I think that's why I might have done that with the foreign key. Let's take a look under data. Enable jest lock. No, it's not. Enable jest lock. No is fine. Let's switch these. Hang on a minute. All right. So let's. There we go. All right. Well, let's take a look here. See if I can manually change it. Let's see. I can't even manually change that. Hmm, that's unusual. Let me take a look here. Take a look at the control. All right. Ripple state, no. Oh, there's no control source to it. I can't believe I did that. I forgot the control source. That's why. All right, folks. So, all right, let's try it now. Let's save it. There's no control source to it, so it can't change anything. Should have seen that. When I changed it from a text box to a text box to a checkbox. Let me just see here. Did it work? Let's try it. No, it's not working. Why? Format, visible, yes. Data. Um, I'm wondering if, let us look at the source of this, which is the table, right? Is it the table? It's a query, query books DE. All right, we're going to close that for a minute. Let's go to query books DE. Queries. I wonder if it's not in there. Let's see. Yeah, I can change it there. So that's good. Oh, I know why. I think I know why. I forgot one thing. So we're going to go to DE main. We're going to come over here to design view. Let's look at the form. Properties. And, I can't edit. So allow edits is no. All right. So that's why. You see right here, we can't edit anything. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to our code. And first thing we're going to do is go form dot allow edits equals true. We're going to set this to false, save it, requery, and then we're going to come here, we're going to go form.allow edits equals false. And the reason this is done here is because we don't want the user to change anything there. All right, so we're going to debug and compile. Good, good there. That's why we can't edit anything. So you know. So let's see what happens. Yeah, let's try it. And did it work? All right, let's see here. Oh, um, I think, let's do the me form, allow edits and me. I'm forgetting that. So we need to do it immediate. And that should work. On the immediate, it should set it. Let's see. No. So, oh. We're in subform. But we are, let me just see. We are in subform. We are in that one. So we're going to go to properties. And let's put the allow edits to true here and see what happens. Oh, yes. Well, true is the same thing. So let's see what happens. Yeah, now I can change it. So if I were to hit this, it stopped it from editing. So let's see what happened now. Could be. Okay. I can edit it here. So let's see. It's true. Um, should be right. Well, let's take this out for a minute, and let's take this out and see if we can run the code without it. So if that's the case, it's what I'm setting it to. Yeah, so it's what I'm setting it to. That is not allowing. So 0. Let's see what happens if I do that. It's a yes/no field. So let's do it with no. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it won't allow me to do yes/no. Let's try 0. Let's see if that'll work. True false should have worked. Let's see. It's not. It's not. So let's see if I'm pointing to the right control. Let's see the name of that control. Let's see if I named it properly. Field active is the control check act. So, whoa. Let's see from here. Yeah, that works. We can do it manually. Um, I don't think I need to worry about value, but let's try that equals false. It may very well be the fact that I cannot set it to the actual control, but to the value of the control, which is probably what it should be set to. And it ain't doing anything there. Let's take this one out here. I wonder if it's that for which it All right, so let us on this check debug print. Just curious to see the value of what it should be. Let's see. 0 minus 1, right, which is what I would expect. So, 0, right? So, it almost seems like oh, I forgot the else. Oh boy. I forgot the else statement, and that's what it is. All right, so that's what it is. It should be exit sub else. All right. I can't believe I did that, and I apologize. The logic isn't right. So let's look at it here from this point of view. If I say no, nothing happens. If I say yes, it just went away. Okay? It saved it and it went away. If I come to active book here, right, we're going to activate it, it closes and it goes back. Okay, so that's what happened here. Now, we are going to come back into here. I can't believe I did that. I had the else in there. I thought I did anyway. So we're going to come back in here. We're going to, okay, so allow edits is no here, right? All right, good. Save it. Come back into here, right? So we are now going to come over here and we're going to allow our edits to be true, false, and actually here we should have this as false as well. It doesn't matter whether it's true, false, 0, or -1. I like false. And that's really how you set it. And we don't have to be value either. It could be just that check act because we're setting the whole thing equal to it. When you're doing a check or even a text box or whatever, you can set it to just the control. All right, so let's see what happens now. If we say no, nothing happens. Let's try this one here. If we say yes, it just went away. We come back in and task 1 is here. It's the inactive books. One of the things I'm going to do here is go to design view here and go to properties and format on the form here. The border styles. I don't want dialogue. I want none. Right? And then I want to take this over here, as you can see, and I want to all the way down. I can keep moving it down to my heart's content, and I want to put in a label. Activate book. All right. And we're going to make this one, let's bring it to the center. Let's, I don't know, see if we can do 16. We'll bold it. That'll be fine. Let's see. All right. So let's see if we can go up one more to 18. I like that. Okay, close it. Yeah, all right. So now, if we go to the Activate Book here, right? The Activate Book button, and I want to take a look at that code just to show it to you if you forgot it. So we go to Properties, and we go to Event and the code. And here, again, it just says setting it to true. We're querying it. We're going to requery the main form. We're going to close the Activate Books. So that's really a simple way to do that, right? We're doing the opposite. We're essentially setting this to active. We're then going to requery this form. We're going to requery the form below it and close this form at the same time. Yeah, we're going to save that. So we open this up here and we hit our activate. Now we didn't ask the user, are you sure you want to do that? So what we're going to do is, let's see, um, we are in the subform, not the main form. Boy, which is books. So that's what we want. So we're going to take this portion of it, right? And what we're going to do here, we're going to put that in here. Are you sure you want to activate this book? And here, activate book. If it's no, we're going to exit. Else, we're going to do this one, and we're going to end if. We're going to debug, compile, save it. You always want to ask the user what they want to do. So let's try Moby Dick. You sure you want to activate this book? Yes, we do. You sure you want to activate this book? We say no, nothing happens. If we say yes, it activates it because there's no data. It closes it. So our inactive and active combinations work out very nicely. Now, we are going to hide, and we should, just to show you it does in fact work. We're going to hide this guy right here. Guy, lady, however you want to call it. I'm not going to be sexist. Under format, we're going to say no. All right. And we're going to save it. Now you might ask, what happens if we inactivate every book? Well, let's see. We'll probably just start wiping everything out from here, right? Yeah, you're going to see nothing on here. And let's see if it gets rid of everything. Let's see what happens. Now notice on the add author, or the authors are still there. So, yeah. All right, so what we're going to have to do here is there's one more step on this when we inactivate. We're going to have to requery this guy right here. And we're not doing that. All right, we're not requerying it because we we're not refreshing that. We need to do that. So we need to make sure that everything is working the way it should. So we go to our DE books. Now, we have to requery a form, this one here, right? Uh, from one subform to another, we're going to place this over here. All right. And what that will do is debug and compile. That's going to requery that little subform. See, we have to make sure we're updating everything as we go. Let's see what happens here. And it's gone. Now, you'll notice two here. Uh-oh. So what we need to do is over here, right? We will need to um, equals, and we're going to put this as just a blank, right? So, right? So let's go to activate book. We're going to activate one. We're going to go yes. Now, we have to do the same thing here, right? Um, when we do the activate book here, so that we can refresh this and set. So here, right, we are going to this is going to be the requery first. We're going to have to requery both and debug, compile, and save it. So we're going to requery both of those forms, right? Yeah. So as you can see, we're there on that one. Let's activate something in the middle here. And that's fine. I mean, we could have left it here. This is quite all right. So let's see what happens when we start inactivating. That's good. And as you can see, nothing's there now. It's blank. Now, this button here, right? This button here, since there's nothing in there, all right, we're going to have to address this at some point. Let's activate a book. Let's go to the very last one and see what happens. Yeah, good one there, right? Now, if we hit the add uh, on that one, well, we're not going to, let's not worry about this yet because this particular button here, we haven't coded. And that's our last button we're going to code, by the way, when we get to it. So if I take this out now, you sure you want to get, and so I have nothing there. Now, what I'm going to need to do too is do a check, and we're going to do that at another time, that if there are no records here, this will be inactive. It's a failsafe. So let's now activate some of these books. And as you notice, I have to do it one at a time. Now, I typically would because let's get them all back in there. Right, and we're going to get them all in there. The last one should close the form, right? And it indeed does close the form. Let's take out the very first one here, inactivate it. Let's see what happens. So now we're at this one here, all right? So it's working. It's working the way it should work. So we're able to inactivate a book. Let's try the next one. Yeah. So the scarlet letter is Hawthorne and so on. Right. So we were able to do that, and that's good because what it tells us is we're able to sync what happens in this subform with this subform. Now, the only thing we didn't do is, and we're going to have to add that, so keep that in mind, which is the very last piece, which is to, if I inactivate the very last record, I want to, that add button to inactivate that as well, because there's nothing to add. No, and there's no author to add because there's no book to add an author to. So you see what happens when you're dealing with interfacing. Now, what's left here is editing a book. We're going to start that one. And that's not too difficult because remember, to edit a book, we come back to this button here on adding the book. Let's take a look at that code again. Some of the things we did here, and it's really quick, right? We get tag CTLEV, and then we disabled our add button, which really we're going to do as well. But we're going to also run another piece of code, which is going to then run the append and append the information in there. So we're going to take this and copy this because we're going to need this anyway. All right. But what we're not going to do, and yeah, no, it's fine. What we're going to do here is come to our edit book properties. And that was called the edit book there. We're going to go to our event. We're going to go to our code builder. And we're going to put these two in to begin with. Then we're going to have do command dot set warnings false. And then we're going to have, by the way, I kind of like dimdb as the AO database, and then set db equal to current database, which we need, because when we come down here, we're going to have db.execute. Remember, we execute our query, and our query, let's see what our query is going to be. We're going to just put that in there with nothing for a moment so we don't error out. Our query here is to, we're going to edit. So let's go and look at our query here in design view. This one here, where are we going here? We're going to, no, this is not the one we want. We want to take it from the authors and append it to the temp. So edit author. This one here. All right, this one here looks like it's the correct one, right? So we're going to, that's okay. We're going to take it from this one here. Going to go to rename, just copy the name of that query. That's the reason why we do that. We're going to come here, we're going to put it in here. And so we are also, at the same time, we need to have the books as well besides the authors. So, here, let's just verify table books to the temp one. All right, that's good. So here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to run this one before rename it. Run this one, not rename it, but copy the name by using rename. That's how I usually copy. I don't really want to write everything every single time if I don't have to. We're going to run the first one here, db.execute. And then, right. And then, of course, do command set warnings true. And the reason I do this is because when I'm running code, right? Oh. That's right. That one is not here. I don't think it's here. Right. We're gonna have to put that, copy that over too, because that is in the main location. Now we got a problem because yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, we got an issue here. So, the controls. Um, we're going to have an issue with this. And the issue is going to be the fact that we are not going to be able to, let's see. Yeah, so this here is, we're in a subform. So let's see if we can do me parent dot. All right, let's see if we can do that. All right, so what we're going to do here carefully, we're not going to run the tag right now because we're going to have a problem with it. Let's just see if we can, we're not going to even run these either. All right, let's see if we can enable that button first. All right, I go yes on that. So what we should be able to do is by hitting this, and I did do it. As you can see, I disabled it, which is cool. Let's see. All right, we're good there. What we're going to then do, I think, because the tag method is going to be extraordinarily complicated since we're not in the main form, right? Let's get rid of our tag here, right? So rid of our tag method here. We don't need it, all right? What we're going to do here is we're going to take me dot parent dot, and we have to look at these here in the parent. We're going to have to do them separately because it doesn't make any sense. So we have command cancel here. All right, so, and anyway, the good news about it, command cancel dot bkau dot visible equals true. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to go to the other one, which is command confirm. All right, so dot visible equals true. And the reason we're doing this is because to run this through a tag, we're not going to be able to, we'd have to set, we're not on the form, but we're in the main, when we did it with the main form, we were on the form, we could access the controls, but here we're on the subform. We can't access those controls. All right. So now we got some other things we have to do here as well. And unfortunately, it is the way it is. So, we're going to do the same thing here. Me dot parent dot and texting dot enabled equals true. And then me dot parent dot, and let's get, whoops, sorry, me dot parent, oh, I just jumped. And let's see, me dot parent. And now let's get to that one, which will be, let's look at the ones we have in here. So we have the ISBN, we have, let's label ISBN, we have title year. Let's do title and year. So those are the next ones. A TXT title. And we have one left, me.parent.cbo, I think it's publisher. We're going to check this. Enabled equals true. Up enabled, not enable, equals true. Let me just check that. Let's see, where are we? Yes, it is. CBO publisher enabled equals true. And then there's one more. Let me go to that one for a minute. Hang on a second. It's not that one. CISBN. Yeah. All right. You notice we had to do this here on the after update. All right. So in here, we're going to have to get these three, but we're going to have to make sure we word these correctly. We might even get an error on this one. So this is going to be subform. Okay, so we're going to have here forms, and then we're going to have form D D E. Oh boy, DEMAN. So that's subform authors. All right, CBO authors enable. All right, we're going to try this out, see if we get this right. And I think I didn't get this one. Oh boy, what happened? Hang on a minute. All right, that should be DE main. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do, this is the case of referencing, as we say, a subform to a subform where you're not on the right one. So we're going to go debug, compile, and see if that gets us okay. Notice we're not doing anything but just activating things and getting things to go where they should. So let's see what happens. In fact, everything does what it should do. I'm going to hit cancel. Yeah, and it's going to go back. Now notice on the cancel button, right? It wiped everything out and set it back to what it should be because it's on the main form. Pardon me. So, do it again. We go, no, nothing happens. Wait, I think we did no again. We go, yes. Oh boy, I'm sorry, I'm inactivating. Let me activate these guys back up. Bleak House will be, come on, active, yes, I'm inactivating. And let's go back to Steppenwolf and go, yeah, okay, so here, so let's go here. Yeah, so there you see it there, right? And, oh boy, so let me close this down. Let me open it back up. I think it's the main. Right, so let's see. Let's try this one. Okay, we cancel it. And are you sure you want to cancel that new book? Yes, you do. You're back. Let's see what happens again. And now it's inactivated. So now we have a little bit of an issue here, right? We need to make sure we activate these as well. All right. Otherwise, we're going to have an issue with that. We just noticed that. So we have the visible equals true. Sorry. I'm going to copy both of these. And we've got to make sure we and enable also equals true. Make sure they're enabled. And this comes from the fact that, and I know this has been long right here with this one, but we just want to get this working before we do any code in the next session. So what we want to make sure is that it's enabled. Because what we saw happen in the behavior was It didn't re-enable. Let's save it. Yep, let's close it. All right, let's bring it back in. Let's pick anyone that we want. And we see here we're going to cancel. Yep. Now let's try it again. And now as you see, it's back and it's enabled. It's not disabled. And we confirm that you're missing data here. So cancel it. And yes, we're back. Now, let us now finish off this and do the append work here. We're going to then append the information up. Oh, almost forgot. We can't just append it. We have to refresh the me.parent.form.requery. Right? We need to requery that form, and we need to requery another form, which obviously will be the subform. Dot requery. All right, so I'm hoping this will work this way. You know, if I remember, I think I got to go with the bang here. All right, so let's see, debug, compile, we're going to save it. So let's see, we're going to pick one. Let's pick the pit and the pendulum. Let's see, too few parameters. So we got an issue with this, and it has to do with, if we go to the query, let's see. I think I know what it is. Remember here, we selected this here to change which one we were looking at. So if you go back into the coding there, into this one, let's see. Let's go to that procedure. And let's take this one here, and we're going to put this one here. All right. So what's happening is I should be changing it based upon this. And it's running. Oh, I got to cancel this one here. Yeah. And let's see. So 2 free parameters. We're going to end that. We're going to cancel this. Yes, we're going to look at why we have too few parameters, and we'll get back to that. This is going to be design. Let's see. This is the one in which it's looking for the ISBN on the book, right? Subform books to E, the ISBN. Let's just see what happens. So here, it's fine when it runs. We're able to see it, but in the code, for some reason, you see in my activate book. Let's activate one more. And I didn't have a close on that, by the way. I have to add that to my activate book form. But let's see here. And it is on this apt.de edit book. So when it goes to execute that, which shouldn't be the case, yeah, it should be fine. What I'm thinking here in this case is that, let's see, let's take out, well, let's take this out for just a minute. Uncomment it. Right, save it. So let's see what happens. Do I change? Yeah, I'm not changing when I click what I see here. So let's see. Oh, edit book. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Hmm. That's why you got to be sure you're putting things in the right spot. So we're going to. All right, let's see what happens now. Because I think what's happening is it's not locating the ISBN. So there we go. All right, let's see. All right, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Let's see what happens when I open this up, or actually design view, and I go here. Yeah, I'm seeing it. So I'm going to close the database and open it back up for just a minute before we close out today. Let's go to my main form. So let's try Moby Dick. Oh, I inactivated Moby Dick. I'm sorry. Boy, you know, that's another thing that, all right, let's see here now. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Let's see. And it should have worked. Let's just see here. Why didn't it? It didn't append it. All right, we're going to find out why when we come back. Whoa, it did put this one in. Wow. Let's cancel this. Yeah. Um, oh, let's try the book first. Let's see. All right, let's see if it's in our temp. Should be. It is. So the question becomes now. Oh. Yeah, I know why. I know why. You know what? It's the basis of the mode that we have this on. We're going to have to fix this later. Let's go to design view. Let's show you why. Again, this has to do with controlling data, and you see here, I have allow additions. Yes, I don't want to allow additions. Yes, I want that to be no. And then I want to bring it in there. So what's happening here is to really be cute about this. The main form has to have it set to, and if I run it, I run the book one. Yeah. Right. So let me just see where my code is here. This one's running pretty long. Let's see. This is going to be on the books. And let's make sure. Right. Edit book is first. And it's giving me, so what happens is it doesn't see the ISBN here, so it can't put it here, so it's missing that information. All right, that's why I'm getting that information that's missing. So I'm going to cancel this and go yes. Now, if I come into here and I go to properties on the form and I take this off, notice I can't see anything. This becomes a problem, right? So what I have to do is once I run the append and the refresh, I then have to allow additions is going to be no, right? So, all right, so in other words, over here, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave the authors off right now for just this one. So what I need to do is, let's see. Form dot allow additions equals false. Oh boy, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So in other words, what I have to do is execute that, make the allow additions false, requery the form, both the parent and the author's form. Actually, whoa, this is not right. Me.parent form allow additions try false. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to append, make it false. There's going to be data there to edit, so I should be okay. Let's see what happens with the Raven. It's still giving me too few parameters on that. On that. So when I come back, we'll look into it. I'll show you what that is. But it does happen, and it shouldn't happen, because as you remember, if I were on the Raven here, right, I'm going to cancel this for a minute. And I'm going to, I should have nothing in my temp table. Books temp, right, nothing's there. So when I had done this prior manually, go to queries, and I was on the Raven, and I went this. All right, and I came back to my temp table. So it's there. All right. So the question will be, and we're going to look into this, why it's giving me that issue where it's saying it's missing that. So it must have to do with the fact that, actually, let's see what happens while we're at this. We're going to run that query again. And we're going to go to that table. It's there. We're going to hit the Raven here. We know it's going to give us an error. And let's see. As to see why it's not. Go back into form view for a minute. Now it came back up. I think what's happening here is the fact that because I'm not allowing the additions to it, it is causing this. All right. So when we come back, we will continue this and solve the problem that we're seeing here. Obviously, we're deleted here, so Shift F9, Shift F9. Let's see. Right, so close. We're going to open it back up one more time. Right, so our issue here is basically the fact that right now it's set to allow additions equal to true. And so when it does that, it's expecting a new record. all right, or allows a new record to be added. It also, since we're cycling through the current record, not all records, it's sitting at the record that would be a new record, all right? In any event, please like and subscribe. When we come back, we're going to fix this. We did our inactive active situation. We're looking at the edit. I am the database guy. Have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are. Take care.